Good evening, City Council, Mayor. My name is Monique Jones, and I reside in Ward 4. You know, I came to this meeting because I believe in bringing resolutions to issues, but I'm going to tell you, my heart is heavy as a mother. My heart is heavy because I'm a mother of 7 Black children. My heart is heavy because I'm a mother of 8 Black and mixed grandchildren. And people continue to advocate for school resource officers in schools, and my son was impacted by a school resource officer in the 6th grade. He's 31 years old now, and that's still on his record. He became an electrical engineer, and you know, a couple of years ago, he resigned, and he became a school teacher because he wanted other kids to see Black and brown teachers that looked like him, but it impacted him. And it makes me sad that I have to fight and fight, but you know what? I'm gonna be Black until I die. And so will my children when they have to go through these schools. Yes, I had a child that graduated from Fayetteville High School. Katara Robinson graduated in 2013. Anastasia Jones now is a 9th grader at Fayetteville High School. She also has an intellectual disability. SROs impact Black and brown children, especially children with disabilities, at a disappropriate rate. Let's talk about real stuff. Okay, I don't want to talk about statistics. I want to talk about I've been impacted as a parent. I want to talk about my son is 31 and still trying to seal his record. He's a teacher. He's still trying to seal his record because he was impacted by an SRO that wanted to intervene where he shouldn't have been intervened in. So I'm going to give you what I am bringing to the table as resolutions, because it seems like everybody has made up their mind. Everybody has already advocated for it. We've already made the resolution. Let me help you add to it. If we're going to move to advocate for this, I advocate to the local school board, the school safety staff, Fayetteville Police Department, and City Council that the primary disciplinary responsibility for the students, where needed, must reside with the teachers and principal in the school and the school system. I urge all school districts and City Council, school staff, School Safety Committee, and Fayetteville Police Department with SROs to narrow the scope of responsibility of SROs to only intervene in potentially life-threatening situations. I advocate that a standard for SRO policy and procedure manuals describing SRO duties that distinguish them from those of school administrators is developed for city and use that the SRO duties are included with the student code of conduct and the disciplinary matrix. I received this, 111 pages. I read it when Anastasia started school on Monday. In here, I only found 2 sections. Policy 5.17 about student discipline didn't talk about SROs. And if you go to the back, they says there's an annual report. On the annual report, one time each school year, the superintendent will report to the Fayetteville Public School Board of Education at a public meeting data regarding discipline in the district, including the number of incidents of bullying reported and the actions taken regarding the reported incident of bullying. Does not talk about reporting on the impact of SROs to Black and brown individuals in the school. I also advocate and ask that the School Safety Committee, as well as the City Council and the Police Department, use the annual report along with the data from the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights Data Collections to educate communities about racial disparities in school-based arrest, and will advocate to local school districts, City Council, and our Safety Committee and agencies to eliminate racial disparities in this school-based arrest. I advocate for the legislation or other appropriate action that prohibits SROs from engaging in racial profiling and stop frisk policies. I advocate for the school district to have appropriate action to mandate that all SROs must have specific annual yearly training in child development, de-escalation techniques, mental and physical limitations, and trauma, and recognizing and addressing implicit bias. I also advocate for SRO policies to empower parents or the responsible adult for the child to intervene on the child's behalf before the child is questioned or legally detained. Last but not least, I just want you to understand, I don't have an issue with police. I don't have an issue with SROs. I have an issue with the adverse impact that it has on Black and brown children in schools today. Thank you.
Thank you.